The stage is set for what must be the most dramatic derby match the North East has ever seen. Middlesbrough confront Newcastle as the excitement and tension of the last 9 harrowing months will be captured here and on Tyneside, where they're hoping to watch the biggest and best show ever screened at St James's Park. No one could have written a film script to match this fascinating climax to the season. Hello and welcome to Ayresome Park. Derby games are well known for bringing the best out of everyone, but Newcastle and Middlesbrough's best may not be good enough this time round. Success and survival are what it's all about. Newcastle must win to go up, Middlesbrough must win to stay up. There can't be 2 winners. So much depends on what divides the North and South as Bournemouth fight for safety and try to knock Leeds from the top. And the lines will also be buzzing to Filbert Street as Leicester and Sheffield United complete this amazing promotion and relegation jigsaw. We'll also be following Darlington's bid to return to the fold at the first time of asking as they encounter Welling, but we start with the 84th Tyne Tees derby. History may say it'll be the one they remember. Your match commentator is Roger Thames.
A year ago, Middlesbrough ran out at Hillsborough, needing to beat Sheffield Wednesday to stay in the First Division. 12 months on, the borough's loyal fans have to suffer another relegation battle in the last 90 minutes of the season. Newcastle can complete Jim Smith's dramatic rebuilding operation this afternoon by achieving automatic promotion. Remember, United went down alongside Borough last season, but only 1,000 black and whites have been allowed in today to witness firsthand if Newcastle can make an instant return, possibly even as champions. The Borough made today's game even harder still by losing at home to Barnsley in midweek. A really desperate performance that's prompted manager Colin Todd to leave out his 2 wide men, Stuart Ripley and Peter Davenport. Davenport is not even on the bench. Martin Russell is called up for the first time since joining from Scarborough. Todd has gone for midfield strength. Mark Brennan is back in the starting lineup. So too young Owen McGee, who forced his way into the Wembley scene. But those Twin Towers must seem a lifetime away today. Newcastle remain unchanged from last weekend when they beat West Ham to keep in the hunt for a top 2 spot. It means Kevin Dillon starts in midfield, even though he was taken off at half-time in favour of Liam O'Brien, who stays on the bench today. United are unbeaten in 9 games now, and are the second division's in-form side. The referee today, Karen Barrett from Coventry. There's never been a North East derby like this one. When the Football League computer pulled this fixture out, everybody thought it might be crucial. Many perhaps thought it could be a play-off for a promotion place, but the contrasting fortunes of Teesside and Tyneside have left us with an unimaginable confrontation this afternoon. Stephen Pears was with Middlesbrough when they were relegated to the 3rd division, and now they face a similarly daunting task, and already you can see the temperature out there. So much at stake, local pride for once perhaps the smallest factor to the parties involved, and the referee surely will have his work cut out this afternoon, making sure that the passions and the pressures are kept within control. Mark Stimpson will have the chance to hit this free kick in deep into Middlesbrough territory towards that formidable strike force. Aitken, whose experience will be so important for Newcastle this afternoon. United, the team with the experience, 5 men over 30. And Aitken looking to bring his inspirational leadership to the perfect conclusion this afternoon. Quinn chasing and pushing Kernahan there. And you can expect a tempestuous opening 5 or 10 minutes. There's the danger man for Newcastle, the Football League's leading goal scorer, the North East Player of the Year. And Aitken winding up for the long throw-in. Early pressure on the Middlesbrough. Nerves jangling out there. Quinn jumping, and Dillon hits it. It's not clear yet. Awkwardly cleared by Jimmy Phillips as McGee tussles there with Paul Kerr. And the referee says that's a free kick to Middlesbrough. The referee says, in fact, that's going to be a throw-in. Phillips. Brennan hits it deep towards Slaven. Jump there by Anderson. And Stimpson underneath this one. Not quite the touch he would have wanted. And this is Kevin Brock, the Newcastle playmaker. Anderson, the only survivor, of course, from Newcastle's last promotion campaign. Anderson was with Keegan and Co in '84, looking for another taste of that promotion champagne, perhaps. McGee jumping, a little touch. Quinn with the little flick. Owen McGee, the youngster. Cooper, not a very convincing ball forward that. Cooper operating at right back, although he's been so often on the left flank for Middlesbrough. Now this is Baird. Anderson with him. Baird positive, and leaving it for Cooper as Borough come forward for the first time. And Owen McGee snatched at that rather. Owen McGee, the 20-year-old, what a season it's been for him. He forced his way into the Wembley reckoning, and now he wants to make an impression in his final 90 minutes of the season for Middlesbrough. Aitken sideways for Ransom. Wasn't too kind of pass with Baird there, snapping away. Newcastle's ball. A chance for Newcastle to push men forward. Kevin Scott's ahead of them to aim at. Ransom out wide for the skipper Aitken. Blocked there by Jimmy Phillips. Phillips, the new boy from Oxford. This was, of course, United manager Jim Smith's old club. Aitken hits it in deep. Good one there, and Scott stayed up for that. Kevin Scott, of course, who was rejected by Middlesbrough as a YTS youngster. More than a point to prove today. Scott underneath it again, picked up by Brennan. Baird. Baird very much the competitive presence in Middlesbrough's attack. He'll be the one to battle and to upset, and perhaps leave those half chances for Bernie Slater and co. Aitken, you can see there where the touchlines have been narrowed here at Ayresome Park by manager Colin Todd to try and compress the game. Aitken lost his bearings as to which touchline he was using there. Middlesbrough's throw-in then. Cooper. McGee standing right in front of him, making life hard. Towards Baird. Slaven's run for it. Slaven keeping control. Cooper. And dropped there with the challenge. Middlesbrough's ball. McGee looking for some room to cross. He got it in. He did well there as well. And Baird was on the end of it. It's not clear yet for Newcastle. Christensen and Brennan couldn't line up the shot. A posse of Middlesbrough players there. Proctor feeds it out wide now for Slaven. And the first moment of anxiety there for Newcastle at the back. Slaven popping up out wide and applauding that attack by his teammates. Quinn picks up the loose one. McGee couldn't quite control it. Side given there. Mark McGee, 25 goals this season, and to call him the second fiddle would be a gross insult, really. Baird brings it down, shadowed by Scott. Out wide for Cooper. McGee's out wider, but it comes inside for Slaven. Now it's McGee looking for Baird, but Scott was positioned well. The bounce beat McGee. Mark, that is. And in between the central defender and the fullback there, which Slaven looks to exploit. And Anderson stuck to it, and Anderson cleared the danger. Had to force his way into this side and convince Jim Smith, and he's done both. Phillips beaten there by Dylan. Quinn, not seen too much of the ball so far, Mick Quinn. And Newcastle come forward again. And Kernahan, the foul on Mark McGee. Alan Kernahan's had a topsy-turvy season. In defence, up front, now back in defence again. And trying to curb the league's most potent strike force as Brock knocks it in. Kernahan again under it, and Pears watches it vigilantly. Seen all the ups and downs himself, Stephen Pears. Cooper. It's fallen for Brock. Now Aitken. Ranson. Kerr going to close down the space, but it's worked out quickly wide for Newcastle. In towards McGee, a little flick there. And Owen McGee, not a very convincing clearance. And Middlesbrough can't afford to really hesitate with their clearances like that. Not with McGee and Quinn sniffing around. Now Middlesbrough get the free kick, and really this game has swung from end to end, rather more surprisingly perhaps than you might have expected with all the tension, but I suppose it just reflects the need that both teams have to pick up the 3 points. 1 point might be enough for Middlesbrough, depending on how the other results go. The teams here need to go for the maximum. Was a little bit too confident for Mark McGee, and Proctor pulls the shot just wide. Proctor, of course, scored up at St James's Park earlier in the season in that 2-2 draw. He's got a terrific shot on him. If he can work the openings, he was looking to get that in. And it was some careless work by Newcastle, punished. But the Middlesbrough skipper couldn't really connect cleanly with the shot. Up to 20 minutes gone, no score. It's been competitive, with few chances and very little to choose between the two teams in terms of possession. Bjorn Christensen. Kernahan's header there. Kerr brings it down, but Aitken in quickly. This is Aitken still, and Pears down. And Aitken likes to get into those positions just outside the 18-yard box. And he was certainly quick to read the opportunity when it might present itself. Brought it down, watched it, not able to get any real power, but did direct it on target, and Pears dealt with it. Looking for where the header went. Anderson not very convincing. Proctor knocks it in. Baird's in the middle there. The knockdown as well. But again, Baird climbing. Proctor causing a bit of trouble there. And certainly a warning there for Newcastle defence. Kernahan, McGee. McGee's collected it, and just wide there by Dylan. And Dylan was quickly there to spot that the ball might be running loose. 10 years ago he scored the goal that took Birmingham into Division 1. And goal scoring has seemed to be an eternal problem for him. He really wasn't too far away with that effort. Meanwhile, booking there for Colin Cooper. Cooper booked. May well have been something he said. Certainly he's been a bit indignant about one or two free kicks against him. Dylan breaking into space, but that pass is slightly overhit. Phillips turning well, but set crashing down by Dillon. And he's going to need a fair old lawyer to make a convincing case that he shouldn't be booked. And Kevin Dillon, beaten to it by Phillips, trying to retrieve the position. Underneath it, Kernahan knocks it forward. Proctor, Slaven. That's a good ball out wide to Kerr. Ransom's got across there, still with Paul Kerr. It's Ransom's boot, and it's a corner kick to Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough looking to snatch that all-important first goal perhaps in these last couple of minutes. Baird is there in the middle, Coleman has gone up, so too Kernahan. Paul Kerr with the corner kick towards the near post. Quinn was there. He can only force the ball over for another corner kick. The danger not cleared yet by Newcastle. Over comes the corner. Aitken was there, nodded away by McGee. And Brock now, who's remained forward, holds it and chips it for Aitken, who's broken from defence first. Well played by Colin Cooper. Cooper. Baird beat to it by Scott, and Baird penalised for the foot being too high. Anderson. Making the run ahead of him, looking to provide the targets. It's come short for this one. Aitken. And for Dillon out wide. Phillips keeping a watchful eye on the ball. Ransom. Away again. Anderson loves to come marauding forward, trying to put pressure on Phillips. Anderson still going. Phillips with nowhere really to go there, and the virtue of pressure there paying off for Newcastle through John Anderson. Now can Newcastle snatch that opening goal right on half-time? Rock with the corner kick, flicked away by Kernahan. Christensen checks back, still with Christensen. Proctor doesn't want him to get the cross in. Stimson will knock it forward though. Played by Kernahan, not clear yet the danger. Out wide for Christensen. Anxious moments these for Middlesbrough. Christensen towards Quinn. Quinn jumps and blocked, and just over the top. So close then. Jim Smith has said that maybe Kevin Brock doesn't get the goals he should do from midfield. But Newcastle have worked hard for that opening. Quinn won it well. It fell for Brock. The control was good, but the volley just off target. And openings really have been at a premium in this first half. There goes the half-time whistle. It's third top against third bottom, but the gulf in between has been very narrow indeed on the performance of the opening 45 minutes. It's been tense, it's been tight, but both teams have been looking to win this game. Middlesbrough perhaps the more satisfied with the first 45 minutes, but Newcastle, if they were under any illusions as to the size of their task, won't be now at half-time. It's half-time score here, Middlesbrough 0, Newcastle United 0. And about 1,000 Newcastle fans representing Probably thousands more back at St James's Park this afternoon, and I wonder how many of them were here the last time that Newcastle won at Ayresome Park. That was back on Boxing Day 1964, 26 years ago. They still desperately need a repeat of that this afternoon. So Middlesbrough kick off the second half, knowing that really it's their home form that's got them into this mess. Just 2 wins in the last 8. Oldham and Bradford, the victims. To contrast with Newcastle, of course, who've come with such a positive surge. 15 points behind Leeds, leaders they were at one stage. Pulled it back to 2 now as an explosive start to the second half. Proctor in there, complaining that there was a stamping going on. Linesman's well positioned as well. Brock and McGee also very upset. Newcastle have the free kick. McGee takes up position in the middle alongside Mickey Quinn. Brock standing over the ball. Scott is up there. But Jimmy Phillips was back there. Aitken with the up and under. Aitken to challenge again for it. Stimpson knocks it towards McGee. McGee getting to it first, but not able to follow up before Pears had come out. Scott. Brock. Quinn. Stimpson. Aitken hustled there by Proctor. Scott bangs it forward. Phillips heads it out wide to Kerr. Phillips up the line for Baird. Good first time play this by Middlesbrough. Kerr brushing aside the challenge there from Dillon and setting up Baird out wide. Baird. And they thought it was a penalty there. Now the referee's given the offside. There's frantic cheering there in the Holgate end. But it's the World Month for Christmas. And we've got a deflection there, which is I think what got the spectators so excited. The referee took up a position near the penalty spot, but his upraised arm seemed to indicate that it was indeed Newcastle's kick. I should imagine a moment's confusion there gave the watching fans at St James's Park some heart-stopping moments. Coleman's tackle there. This is Roy Aitken. Towards McGee. It's a good curving ball that, but Coleman stuck right to him again. Now Aitken has a second chance to play the ball in. It's out wide instead for Ransom. Coleman must have got the last touch and made a comment on the way past, and Coleman now the third Borough player to be booked. An unnecessary remark after he thought that the decision had gone wrongly against him for that throw-in. Cooper and Brennan already in the book for Borough, along with Kevin Dillon. Talking of which, here's Dillon now. Managing to turn, play the ball in for Aitken, who won the ball there, gets the cross in. And it was Kerner who got a foot to it. Stimpson out wide. Newcastle starting the half with some menace. Ransom for Dillon. Coleman looks around to find out where McGee is. He should have known, he was right by him, but great composure there from the 22-year-old. Phillips. Anderson bringing it down and knocking it forward towards Quinn. Quinn doing well to turn now. Quinn with a chance to run, but again Coleman sewing things up for Middlesbrough at the back. Quinn with a rare chance there to get away, but Coleman has confirmed his potential this afternoon. The middle of Middlesbrough's defence has not been the most convincing area recently, but it's full of purpose, but now it's the centre of Newcastle's defence under test as Slaven turned and fired that shot in. It was a credit to Slaven's shooting instincts that he managed to get any sort of a shot in. Baird, as ever, scrapping for it. Newcastle just couldn't quite retrieve the ball. Slaven, that was a clever turn, fired the shot in. No real problem for Cverage, though. Good jump by Baird. Now Owen McGee looking to get round Stimpson. Stimpson's got back, Owen McGee, and Scott was there, and he knew Baird was behind him. It was a dangerous break, and outside has been given, but it was a good break all the same by Owen McGee, cracking centre, and Scott put it away, but offside had already been called. Scott very vigilant at the back. And Ayrton Park really is a lively place this afternoon. Fans urging on Middlesbrough here, knowing they completely outnumber Newcastle's small contingent. But it's the black and whites who come forward through Stimpson. Aitken. Newcastle with a lot of men forward. Made it well to find Ransom. Checked past Phillips but couldn't beat Kerr. Christensen not able to get the tackle in. Kerr playing it out there for Baird. Anderson. There's been some dogged defending by both teams out there. And the Ayrton Park crowd winds it up. Yet another notch. But it's Newcastle pressing forward. Kerr nods it back, and it's Barrow who have the players around to deal with that. Cooper, Slaven the man on the run, Scott underneath it. Middlesbrough's ball. Middlesbrough looking to break forward here. Cooper, Owen McGee, Slaven's ball in. Anderson there to knock it away. Brennan had to watch the bounce. McGee was there with a header, and Quinn the touch on for Dillon. And now it's Newcastle who break it. It's Christensen out on the far side. Now Newcastle springboard forward into attack. Aitken supporting, and Christensen couldn't control it then. But Aitken there, absolutely indignant with the referee. It was an impressive break by Newcastle, who were on the defensive one moment, and then got the midfield players in particular forward very quickly indeed. Stimpson. McGee. Nice control. A lovely ball out for Ray Ransom, who did well to control it. More danger here for Middlesbrough. Ransom in the box, and Dillon plays it forward, and it's only half clear, and Kerr turns and plays it away from the 18-yard box. Slaven and Ransom battling, and that ball out of play. Newcastle manager Jim Smith named the second division manager of the month this morning, down on the bench. And what an anxious wait it's going to be for him. They're challenging again, and it ran for Mark Brennan, who's got a shot on him, but it's out wide for Paul Kerr. Brennan's gone outside. Christensen stuck to it. Christensen's strength gets the ball, but Phillips can't get past Ransom. Still Middlesbrough have it. Kerr back to Brennan. Stimpson with Slaven in the dangerous position. Kerr. Baird looking to turn, Proctor's outside. Baird's got it under control, nonchalantly knocks it wide for Proctor. It's a dangerous ball in, Anderson couldn't reach it, Slaven's there. Slaven's got to turn. And Ransom crashing in there with the challenge. There really is a wall of noise around Ayrton Park. The Middlesbrough crowd have been remarkably loyal this season in such troubled times, urging their team forward. Anderson with a powerful leap, so too Phillips. and it bounced unkindly for Ian Baird, much to the relief of John Cverage. Kerr skips round Ranson, and Baird wants it inside of him. It's come for Slaven, and it's off the post, and it's in the back of the net. And Bernie Slaven, it had to be Slaven, and he takes the salute, and Middlesbrough are in the lead. He's being absolutely mobbed down there. It looked as though it wouldn't make it, but that danger man, Bernie Slaven, has done it again. And Kerr set the move up, a deep cross, and Slaven was there, first time off the post. Agony for Newcastle, but it's in the back of the net. And Bernie Slaven, goal number 31. Can there ever have been any more important though? 14 minutes gone in the second half. Middlesbrough 1, Newcastle United 0. And they're jumping up and down here at Ayresome Park as the hero Bernie Slaven gives them the lead. Newcastle have looked far more impressive in the second half than in the first. Borough have got the goal. Certainly their growing confidence and threatened. Drop. Out of play. Aitken looking to knock the cross in. Determined challenge there by Phillips. Scott with a little knock on. Christensen was there, and McGee was there. Colin Todd looking absolutely impassive there, but he must know his managerial future could well be on the line this afternoon. Christensen. Looking for someone to be available, leaves it to his skipper Roy Aitken. 25 minutes left in this game. 25 minutes to decide which directions these teams move in. And Slaven nearly in there, and still might be. And it's two, and it's Baird, and a terrible blunder by Newcastle. And Baird had worked for his goal, and he's got it now. It was on a plate, but he won't complain about that. Anderson there, Slaven so quick, denying Cverage, kept his balance and his bearings, and Baird was there to tap it in. And Ian Baird, set up there by Slaven, acknowledges the contribution there, dancing now at Ayresome Park. And Ian Baird may not get an easier one, I doubt he'll get a more important one. 21 minutes gone in the second half. It's another substitute coming on, it's Mick Quinn who's gone off, and Liam O'Brien who's come on. And he'll really have to produce something to save Newcastle here. It's Middlesbrough 2, Newcastle United 0. And if they say never predict a derby game, then the old cliche is certainly backed up again this afternoon. And Ian Baird gets the simple touch, his fourth since joining from Leeds. And that's made such a lot of difference to Middlesbrough this afternoon. This Newcastle who came into this game the form side, they won't get a penalty out of that, that's for certain. 9 games unbeaten before today, and they've only got 22 or 23 minutes to preserve that record, and more important still, keep alive their hopes of automatic return to the First Division. O'Brien knocks it square, and Christensen and McGee. And that's a wild kick there by Cooper. Dillon looking for O'Brien, Callaghan turning, Brock, tackled by Cooper, and that's a free kick. Cooper conceding that free kick. Now can Newcastle punish Middlesbrough and keep themselves in this promotion hunt? It's gone in the back of the net, and the goal there. Well, what a surprise that was. Let's try and sort that one out from the replay. They weren't quite organised. Brock knocked it in, and it's come off McGee. It's an own goal, Owen McGee. And suddenly Newcastle are back in it, and it's Owen McGee, an own goal. And that stunned Ayresome Park. And suddenly it's all alive again for Newcastle. And a terrible moment there for the Middlesbrough youngster. Middlesbrough 2, Newcastle United 1. An own goal from Owen McGee. Called up today, and what must be going through his mind now? What difference will that make to this game? O'Brien. And by a break again, and it's Baird and Slaven in harness. That is a superb goal from Ian Baird, and that could be the goal that saves Middlesbrough. It's certainly given them a chance. And Baird didn't hesitate, he absolutely thrashed that one into the back of the net. What a sensational goal at any time. And they're jumping back again at Ayresome Park, and Baird is ecstatic. He was onto it, and he had only one intention, and Cverage hardly even saw it. Baird's second of the game. The first one might have been a tap-in, the second one a spectacular effort. It's Middlesbrough 3, Newcastle United 1, and there's 15 minutes left in this season. And Baird has put the smile back on the face of Ayresome Park again. Jim Smith will be desperately disappointed down there. So wanted to take the easy route, if you can call it that, back to the First Division. He's going to have to sweat it out for a bit longer now. Coleman, massive up and under, Baird chasing it, and he'll chase it all the way, and Cverage knows it. And Cverage under pressure. And Brennan's picked up the loose ball, but the referee doesn't like that challenge from Baird too much. Cverage wasn't keen himself, and no doubt relieved that Mr. Barrett agreed. And Baird picks it up again. Proctor, nice little flick, and Baird in space, and Slaven's in the middle, so too is Kerr. Baird content to use up the time there. Kevin Scott couldn't take that. Kevin Scott, who's been booked already, can't afford that sort of a wild challenge. His season's not over yet, of course, with the playoffs to face. And Newcastle have another free kick to deal with. Can Middlesbrough rub salt in the wounds here? And those wounds are fairly gaping at the moment. And Scott taken off, perhaps for his own safety. And while that was happening, the substitution being made with Bradshaw coming on, there's another clash in the penalty area. Cverage going over to talk to the referee now. Aitken shepherding Anderson away. He's going to have a word with Christensen and Slaven. And Cverage wants to Pennoth, and Dillon's hanging around. And Mr. Barrett will have none of it. Slaven can afford the handshake. He's a good honest pro, is Burnley though. And Christensen, a quality international. The free kick comes over, Anderson underneath it. Proctor will knock it back, first time effort, and it's loose, and Slaven wraps it up for Middlesbrough. Bernie Slaven has the last word, and just look at his expression. They dealt with the first one, Proctor with the volley, back off the post, Slaven was there, thank you so very much. What an unbelievable end to this season, Bernie Slaven in stoppage time. The skipper's volley, the post was there, and Slaven snaps it up. And Bernie Slaven, number 32, the last word in an astonishing season, an astonishing game. Middlesbrough 4, Newcastle United 1. There'll be utter dejection at St James's Park, but Bernie Slaven has proved his value to Middlesbrough yet again. And if Middlesbrough have a tradition of rising to the big occasions, they've done it today. They've dug down deep and produced a performance that reflects all their greater capabilities and makes you wonder just what they were doing in this relegation battle. And now they'll suffer the agonising weight of that result from Dean Court. And now Colin Todd not even allowing himself a smile, that the inner feeling of satisfaction must be enormous. There goes the final whistle. You won't see another derby game like this again. Bernie Slaven, 2 goals to wrap up an amazing afternoon for Middlesbrough. Ian Baird, a match-winning performance too, with another brace. Borough have come up with the goods when it mattered. They've done everything they can to ensure their second division survival. It'll all depend on that game down at Dean Court between Bournemouth and Leeds. They've done everything they can. For Newcastle, the consolation prize of the playoffs, they've got another chance. But the final score here at Ayresome Park, an incredible one. Middlesbrough 4, Newcastle United 1. An unbelievable afternoon of derby football. And there they go, the results come through from Dean Court. The Borough have survived. They've waited for that news. They're delirious on the terraces. Their team has produced the performance of the season when they needed it most. The fates have been kind to them, and they're dancing at Ayresome Park now.
A great finish. Derby's a great level as they've come in the form team. All the pressure was on us today, and we've come up with the goods. Magnificent result by all the boys. 20,000 supporters here, absolutely magnificent, cheering us on, and a great finish to the season. A very, very disappointing season, Wembley apart, but hopefully we're still in the second division now, and we can build on it for next season, have a good season next season, repay them back.
I'm a relieved man. I think the players are relieved. But when I spoke to you on Friday, I said that we could cause an upset. I picked a side which I knew was capable of upsetting Newcastle. And it's worked out right for us. I mean, I thought the whole 11 of the players were magnificent. And you look at the performance today and you wonder why you're in the situation we have been throughout the season.
I don't want to point a third, no player wants to point a third, but I was confident we would come today and get a result, and I'm absolutely delighted we got a result for myself, for the players and for the fans.
Is your future at Middlesbrough?
I hope so, yeah. I've got a 2-year contract and I'm delighted to play here at Middlesbrough. I've been here 4.5 years. I've enjoyed every minute and long may it continue.
Now it's a question of building for the future.
Yeah, that's something now that I've got to do. We've survived and now we've got to look forward. And that's something that I'll be sitting down with my staff and talking about and planning.
The 14,000 Newcastle fans who turned up at St James's Park to follow the game on the big screen had been planning a rather different future for their own team. There was a carnival atmosphere as the sun shone and the fans waited anxiously for kick-off. But 5 minutes into the game, the Gallagher Den took the initiative and poured en masse onto the field to get a closer look at the screen relaying the pictures from Teesside. In the end, it was a day of mixed emotions for the thousands of United supporters. The air of excitement and expectancy turning to gloom and despondency as Middlesbrough scored the first goal. They may have been jumping up and down at Ayresome Park, but at St James's you could have heard a pin drop. The hundreds of fans who left in disgust following the Borough's second missed Middlesbrough's own goal in ecstatic scenes as hope was temporarily renewed for Newcastle. But after the Teessiders put a third and then fourth in the back of the net, the fans had had enough. They certainly won't be celebrating on Tyneside tonight, and they know now it's the old enemy Sunderland who are the next hurdle between United and a return to the First Division.
Well, I suppose, Jim, Colin Todd's relief is your disappointment today.
Yeah, I mean, we always knew that was going to be the case. One of us was going to be very happy and one pretty low, but and it's Colin, it's the happy one, and I'm the low one. But we have got another great chance to go into the First Division. Obviously, we've got to do a lot better than we did today to take that chance.
Did Middlesbrough produce the sort of performance that you feared they might do?
No, we produced a performance I was feared that we might do. In all fairness, I mean, they didn't have a shot at the goals in the first half, and we only had 3 from our midfield players, and we didn't get the ball down and play with the confidence that we would have to do to win this game today.
And now it's Sunderland.
Yeah, we also, I always felt that we were going to play Sunderland somewhere along the line, and I honestly thought it could have been at Wembley, because I thought they'd have finished in the 5th spot, really, but that's not the case. We've got to go and play Sunderland over 2 legs, which will be very interesting and very exciting.
So gloom on Tyneside, but joy on Teesside. Middlesbrough will be playing second division football next season. That's the end of part 1. Stay with us and we'll bring you all the goals from the top of the second division and Darlington's crucial game at the top of the conference straight after this break.